From Park Dong-chung's Barefoot Morning Letter, let's dive into something pretty amazing called electrical nutrition. It's this surprising secret to healing and health, and it all comes from something called biological grounding, or, as you might know it, earthing. So let's get right into it. We blame so many things for all the modern diseases we see today, right? Our diet, all the stress, our lifestyles, and yeah, those things matter. But what if the real culprit, the biggest missing piece of the puzzle, isn't something we added to our lives, but something we've lost? A deep connection that's literally right beneath our feet. And would you believe it? This is the bad guy right here, our shoes. Ever since the 1950s, rubber soles became the standard. And sure, they protect our feet, but they also do something else. They're insulators. They completely cut us off from the earth. For the first time in basically all of human history, we put a constant barrier between ourselves and this incredible source of natural energy. Just look at this, it's pretty wild. On one hand, you have millions of years where we were constantly connected to the earth, always absorbing these vital things called free electrons. Our immune systems were strong, and then bam, in just the last few decades, a total blink of an eye in the grand scheme of things, we cut ourselves off. And this has led to something scientists are calling an electron deficiency. It might just be the hidden reason behind so much chronic inflammation and why our immunity feels so weakened these days. So, what's the fix? Well, it's a beautifully simple idea called earthing, or grounding. All it means is getting your body reconnected to the Earth's surface, walking on grass, soil, sand. This lets that natural flow of free electrons come right back into your body. Okay, so here's how the science works, and it's actually pretty cool. Think of free radicals in your body as these tiny, destructive little sparks. They're just bouncing around, damaging your cells, and causing the fire we call inflammation. But the Earth, it's like a giant, endless ocean of free electrons. So when we're grounded, it's like opening a faucet. These electrons flow into us and act like water, putting out all those little sparks. They neutralize the free radicals, calming everything down and basically turning off that constant inflammation alarm. Let's put it side by side. It's really a night and day difference. When your body is insulated, wearing shoes, it's totally blocked from the earth. This causes that electron deficiency, a ton of stress on your cells, and chronic inflammation. But when you're grounded, you have a direct electrical connection. You get an unlimited supply of those free electrons, and what happens? The stress gets neutralized, and your immune system can finally work at its absolute best. The difference is huge. And this quote right here, it just nails it. It says that the supply of electrons is the foundation for almost all antioxidant and anti-inflammatory activity in our bodies. And the Earth? Well, it might just be the ultimate provider of those electrons. So the big takeaway here is, we've got to plug back in. Okay, so the theory sounds amazing, right? It's fascinating stuff. But what does this actually look like in real life? What's the proof when people put this into practice? Well, let me tell you about Miss Cho Young-suk. She's 70 years old, and she was suffering from such bad leg pain that even just walking was a huge struggle. But get this, after 4 years of daily, consistent barefoot walking, and I mean every single day, that awful pain just vanished completely. She got her life back. It's just such a powerful story about what our bodies can do when we reconnect. Now, this is really important to understand. Earthing can cause some pretty big changes in your body. We're talking about potential effects on how thick or thin your blood is, maybe improving thyroid function, and even changing how your body handles glucose. And because of these powerful effects, there's a really crucial note here. If you are taking any medication, especially blood thinners like warfarin or anything for your thyroid or blood sugar, you absolutely must talk to your doctor before you start barefoot walking regularly. Seriously, your medication dosage might actually need to be adjusted. The science behind this is universal, right? It applies to every single person on the planet. But what's so interesting is that actually doing it in daily life is still pretty rare around the world. The knowledge is there, but most places haven't really embraced it, except for one country that's really leading the charge. And that brings us to Korea, which has become a new frontier for this kind of healing. And the secret to the success we're seeing isn't some crazy technique or one-time event. The key, and this is something the morning letter really stresses, is consistency. It's about making barefoot walking a daily practice, just like eating your meals. It's not about the weather, sun, rain, even snow. It's just something you do. So if you're thinking, okay, I want to try this, how do you get started safely? It's pretty simple. First, just start small. Aim for about 30 or 40 minutes a day on a safe surface like grass or a nice dirt path. Second, always be aware.
Watch where you're stepping to avoid any sharp objects. Third, it's always a good idea to make sure your tetanus shot is up to date, just as a general safety measure. And finally, and this is super important, foot care. After you walk, wash your feet really well, and especially in the dry seasons, please apply a lot of moisturizing cream. This will help prevent your heels from crocking.
It's amazing to think that this potential for healing has been right under our feet this whole time, just waiting for us. So really, the only question is, are you going to take that step? Will you join us and start walking this path together? Hey, if you got something out of this and found it helpful, it would mean the world to us if you showed your support. Just hit that subscribe button, give this a like, and turn on notifications. It really helps us keep bringing you content like this. And if you want to keep going on this journey, I highly, highly recommend you join the National Barefoot Walking Movement headquarters on Neighbor Cafe. It's an incredible community where you can share your own experiences, get your questions answered, and just find so much more information. Let's heal together.